Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes. So, we're in a new setting today. I am actually in my car, my vehicle. I am on traveling foot, so I had to do it this way. And luckily for me, we were able to get good cell phone service here, so it works. Um, Welcome to Healing with Marcus. Welcome to our Monday night live. I do them every Monday night. We, as in me and my power animals and spirit guides and the forces that work through me. We're doing this in order to support your healing journey. We're doing this to share enlightenment, awareness, consciousness, a lifestyle that can be supportive of a spiritual way of life. This is not for everybody, of course, but it is for you if you have found your way here. If this message resonates with you, I'm very grateful. I'm very happy that it does. I'm very happy that just you found your way here and welcome on board. So I would suggest that you subscribe, you click the thumbs up thing, and you might share if you feel like sharing. We are getting more viewers here, so that's really nice. There's a lot more people who come on board every week and look at the content. And for years I've been working on creating spiritual uplifting content, creating in content that helps us stay in a high vibrational field. Ellie, good to see you, my dear, my lovely soul sister. Nice to see you here. So we we sit in this deep sacred space, and in these videos and these live sessions we share this sacred space with you. And our goal and intention is that this will resonate with you and help you lift your inner vibration to stay in a high vibratory state. Yes. And there are, of course, very unusual sounds working through me, very strange voices and sounds coming through that are working with your energy field. When we sit here, first we start with a little talk and then we do a healing session. Sometimes these healing sessions are a bit longer and sometimes a bit shorter, but they are there for your enjoyment so that we may help you release some blockages and getting attuned every week. Yes. So, as we sit here, last week we discussed what it would be like to feed ourselves a healthy spiritual diet. And when I say that, and when I mean diet, I don't mean just the food you put in your system. I mean the news you watch. I mean the music you listen to. I mean how you feel about yourself. I mean taking these baths, taking the salt baths, doing the things to make yourself feel better, more aligned, so you can remember your inner sense of love. The continuation of last week is today, and we will be discussing more about coming in to our inner sacred space, to your own inner sacred space, and how can you stay in a higher vibratory field throughout your day. At first, we do the practical physical stuff we talked about last week. We also add meditation into a daily practice. We do it every morning and every night. This is in order for you so you can get past your mind. Our mind programming, mine included, can be pretty devastating towards ourselves. Our worst inner critic is ourselves, of course. Now, it doesn't always come from us originally. Originally, we had a lot of innocence in our system. We had vulnerability. As children, we were vulnerable. As children, we were innocent. As children, we were accessing original core energy. But as we grew up and we had different forms of interactions with people, be it parents, be it siblings, be it friends, be it other family, but we discovered through different painful experiences that we had to create defenses. We had to put up a shield to keep the world at bay so we could feel safe. This isn't strange. This isn't unusual. It pretty much happens to every single human being. This is how we create what the Toltec referred to as the false self, the parasite. The parasite grabs a hold of us, and when the parasite gets us, we start to live with a sense of fear in our system. I lived for a very long time with a sense of impending doom. That's a line from the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous. It was a 12-step fellowship that I was a part of for many years, and I'm not a part of it now. I haven't been a part of it for many years, but it was a beautiful foundation for a spiritual life. But this sense of impending doom that so many of us walk around with, and especially if we feed ourselves the unhealthy kind of energetic content, meaning news, too much social media, not facing ourselves, not sitting in our inner deeper space. And it seems to be really big for many people, right? Like even, and for myself too, meditation was a huge obstacle at first. But as I started sitting more, I learned some Buddhist practices, I learned some yogic practices, I learned Kundalini yoga, and I was studying Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now when I had an experience with the absolute stillness beyond your mind, beyond the mind. And once I had discovered and felt the innate, deep sense of peace that comes when we can go beyond the level of thought into our body, into our existence. Once I was sucked into the now, and my brain had learned that there was a place called the now, a realm beyond thought, it became a lot easier to find my way back to that space. So then I started sitting in meditation over and over in order to quiet and silence the mind, at least a bit. And then over time, that developed into a true meditation practice. But one of the things, so here comes the next part of what we're feeding ourselves, right? So the next part of feeding yourself is beginning to become the observer of your mind, beginning to become the observer of what's active in your system. And if you can observe from a non-judgmental inner space, or higher space if you prefer that, you can observe yourself. You can observe when your thoughts are starting to go at you. And you can maybe realize that most of our problems in our lives are connected to how we see ourselves and other people. This huge comparison we always do. So coming beyond that, once you can release your thoughts, once you can recognize and realize that you are not your mind. See, believing that we are our mind is completely believing in the false sense of self, in the defense mechanisms that we have created as we grew up. And once they are in place, we continuously feed ourselves with negative thoughts, with stressful thoughts, with fearful thoughts. And as we keep that going, we create stress in the body. We create different forms of anxiety. We create different forms of worry. And we can have heart attacks. We can have ulcers. We can have different forms of physical illnesses as a result of not finding our inner peace. These physical ailments show up when the body reacts to our inner stress. So, dearly beloved, We want to learn how to go beyond the mind, into ourselves, to observe yourself from a non-judgmental, inner, love-filled space. This way, and this is where meditation can become a very, very, very imperative, detrimental to your mental health practice. Once we realize that meditation is a huge part of the solution, because it opens the gate. So here's the other thing, right? When we are constantly stuck in mind, we never gain access to deeper self. So then we need the distractions. We need to go and party. We need to get, maybe, I mean, in my home country, in Sweden, many people love to go and get drunk on Friday night and on Saturday night specifically. And this is because we can't process our feelings. This is because we can't digest what's inside of us. So we turn to outer stimulants and outer distractions in order to find some sort of peace, because we're too stressed out in ourselves. Meditation opens up the gateway, the portal into your inner self. Meditation becomes this beginning of a practice. This is where you need patience with yourself. This is where, when we start to meditate, it may be very difficult. At first, it might be very tricky because the mind just wants to go at us. And it can be very difficult to find your inner sense of peace, but it's always there. It is there beneath the stressed out thoughts. And one of the tricks we can use is to go deeply into the now. When you are entering into your inner meditation, you begin to remember an innate sense of gratitude for life. Because this is another portal into finding a spiritual way of life. We remember that, or maybe we can say that, well, we remember the miracle of life that we are. But we also may recognize that we can't take this experience for granted. That we can't take our own life for granted. That so many people, so I turned 51 this March, and there are so many people that I have known throughout my life that wished they could have lived up to becoming 51 years old. And when I can remember that there were many times where it didn't look like I would reach any further in my life, and then things turned around, and often Spirit came and interacted, and helped me get on a better path. And as I got on a better path, my life extended again and again and again. If I can remember that life as we know it, we can't take it for granted, that it isn't for granted, that it is a gift that we get to experience over and over and over, that each sacred now gets woven into another sacred now, another sacred now, another sacred now, and then we have a whole string of nows. And as we become more conscious and we remember gratitude, we remember our inner love, we remember that, my God, I get to be here, I get to be alive. As I remember that, it becomes so much easier to be like, oh, to feel a bit of joy in my heart, to feel joy coming up through the root chakra and the sacral chakra. See, our inner sense of love lives in the sacral chakra. Of course, it also lives in your heart. But the sacral chakra is where your sense of self, sense of self-worth, who you feel you are, lives. So when our mind goes negative often, it kind of hurts the sacral chakra. It blocks it. So it becomes harder to feel that innate sense of love. Almost like in my case, I ended up surrendering coffee because partly because my shaman teacher said, if you want to keep doing this, if you want to walk a spiritual walk, if you want to walk the shamanic path, you will have to quit coffee. And that was because her guides told her that. And in my case, it was so very true. So very, very true. It became a shift, an inner shift in my system that over time led to an inner feeling of love when I stopped, right? So I sit with cacao, ceremonial grade sacred cacao, every day. And in my case, that awakened an inner sense of love. And I would like for you to, this is part of this theme of how are we feeding ourselves? What are we feeding ourselves? I'd like for you to feel into, can you feel a sense of gratitude in your body? Can you feel, when we take away the outer circumstances, when we take away the idea, oh my God, I can't believe I'm not getting this or that. When we move past that, we move squarely into the now. And with our breath, we ground into the body. Can you begin to discover an inner sense of gratitude, an inner sense of self, an inner sense of love, first towards yourself, then towards the world? Sometimes it goes the other way around, right? Sometimes we can love the world first and then ourselves. But if we can remember that life isn't to be taken for granted by anyone, that we walk here by the blessings of spirit of life itself, that just as much as you have a ton of processes in your body, you have all these cells in your system that are working, the cells, the bacteria, the viruses, all these things in our body that are working to actually support us, to keep us alive. The white blood cells, the red blood cells, the oxygen molecules that we breathe in, all of it are processes to keep us alive. And in that same way, we are like cells on Earth Mother. We are like little ants running around on Earth. But we forgot our connection to Earth. We forgot our connection to life. We think it's more important with likes on the different social media platforms or what the bank account says than how we feel inside. And of course, that's not always an easy journey. But that is a way for us to find a sense of gratitude, a sense of inner love, and a sense of stability. So if you sit in your meditation, and you might have a problem that seems to be overwhelming, but in your meditation, you're able to breathe into your body and you're able to relax and release your body. Suddenly you may remember gratitude for the little things. And the gratitude for the little things becomes gratitude for life itself. Becomes a sense of, oh my God, I get to be alive. And then we can begin to feed ourselves. So just like we talked about last week about not like feeding ourselves healthy diet, healthy foods, healthy music and all that. Now we begin to feed ourselves healthier thoughts. Because once you become the observer of your mind, once you recognize that there is a higher self involved with this, your higher consciousness is involved, and you can see past your mind. But it takes a bit of training because we're not used to it. We're so used to being identified with every thought we have. But once you come into your higher self, and you begin to recognize that when you're being self-critical, you are actually hurting your physical body. You're hurting yourself. When you become more aware of the processes of thinking, you can start to feed yourself positive thoughts. This is not a course in miracles, as in like, it's not a course in, I'm just going to think my way right. No. It comes from feeling an inner sense of gratitude, inner sense of love. But then when we can observe ourselves from that space, we might also begin to recognize when the mind does its trick on us, trying to pull us back into different forms of suffering. So when you see through the suffering and you begin to feed you, hang on, I can be grateful for my cats. I can be grateful for my friends, my neighbors, my family, my parents, even if they're not alive. I can be grateful for a lot of things. And then I can be grateful that I have a heart that's beating. I can be grateful that my lungs are working. I can be grateful that I get to be in this body. I get to move this body. This is my vessel. And just like when we discuss what we're feeding ourselves, we recognize that your temple, your vessel, is your sacred temple. It also becomes easier. Well, how do we feed our minds? And yes, it is a spiritual journey. And yes, it is a process. And yes, it takes some time. But every step counts. And no matter where you are on your journey, you might be in the absolute beginning, you might be at the absolute middle, you might be, there is no real end, right? So we don't really know where the end is. But it doesn't matter where you are on your spiritual journey as long as you keep your practice going. And nobody is perfect. We fall off. We have destructive thoughts. We have negative thoughts coming in. Nobody is perfect. But this is why a practice is so important. Because when the mind starts going at us again, maybe it's a new angle, maybe it's something new that comes up that's detrimental. When you have a practice of meditating, you will be anchoring yourself in the morning and at night. And if you're fortunate enough to do it in the middle of the day, you do it in the middle of the day. And when you anchor yourself into the moment, into the now, you recognize, oh, that's my mind going at me again. Let me feed myself with some inner love. Let me feed myself with some inner strength. Always, Serpent Visionary Oracle, always in the highest of gratitude hang on. Oh, I've tried to do a nice deep session of power yin yoga and after I finish. Yes, absolutely, Serpent Oracle. That's a beautiful, beautiful practice. It's lovely to do physical exercises to feel like we are in our body. But even when we don't do that, even taking a walk, even getting out of bed in the morning, maybe you stretch a little bit when you get up. Everything becomes a sacred practice once you bring your awareness to it. Everything becomes sacred as we begin to recognize that we are the miracle of life itself. Not that humans across our globe are, because we, well, I mean, we are on a certain level, but we forgot. And when we forgot our origin, when we have forgotten our purpose in life, we become lost. We live in fear, and we become takers. We become energy vampires. We become vampires in regular life, as in we take from Earth Mother, not recognizing that there is a give and a take, that we give back as well. And hopefully these teachings of coming back into your own inner nature or your own inner self is a part of a bigger awakening that's happening across our globe. And as we start to recognize that we are the miracle of life, you are the miracle of life, we, you and I, start to use our time differently. And we start to use our lives differently. And maybe we'll see if we can smile. First we smile for ourselves, towards ourselves. Then when we walk into a room full of strangers, maybe you have that smile in your system. And people feel very good when you're in their presence. And you feel very good because they feel very good. It becomes an upward building spiral. So often in society we talk about spirals. spirals, and people spiral downwards. We go in a downward spiral, and we don't really recognize that there's also an upward spiral in life. That as you feed yourself more positive stuff, you feel better. As you feed yourself better foods, more whole foods, healthier choices, and you make healthier choices for your life, you make healthier choices. You may consider not drinking as much, or maybe not at all, or whatever it is that you think you might want to do in order to get healthier. As we keep going in that direction, you feel better, and it becomes an upward spiral. This is why that smile can be very, very helpful. The smile towards a stranger, the smile to somebody else, to the cashier at Starbucks, wherever you are. I don't care if you like Starbucks, somewhere else. You smile. It becomes an upbuilding spiral. The next time you see that same cashier, they're going to smile when they see you because they remember the positivity you brought last time. This way we start building upward building spirals in our lives and in the people we touch. So your spiritual practice, even if you don't know what's around the corner, we keep going, we keep doing it. Because I will leave, this is the last thought before our healing part. We don't know what we don't know. You don't know what you don't know. Oh, there's Serpent Vision Oracle. Yes, yoga to start the day, lifting in the evening to give myself that pump. No alcohol for 5. Nice. Sweet. Love it. Yeah, personally, I don't ingest any alcohol either. It turned out that I could feel how my vibration went lower and lower. And it was very nice when I just said, nope, I'm not going to do that. So this upward building spiral, so yeah, like giving up alcohol, and in my case then giving up coffee, and then like giving up other things that seem to cause, at first they seem to cause short-term pleasure, but they really in reality cause damage to my physical body over time, and they keep my vibration in a lower state. So as we get stronger, we make one healthy choice that leads to another healthy choice, to another healthy choice, to another healthy choice. Yes. And then you create spaciousness within yourself. Then you create spaciousness within yourself. And with that spaciousness comes more gratitude, comes more inner love, and it becomes a beautiful journey. Once the shift happens, once we move from, oh my God, I have to meditate, to, oh my God, I can't wait to sit. Once the shift comes, life changes dramatically, drastically. And we get in touch with power animals, with spirit guides. We get in touch with all these intuitive knowings that are on a deeper level than what we have been used to before. So, beloved folks, beloved tribe, let's do a little healing session here. I'm so grateful we're all here right now. I want you to bring up to the forefront of your mind something you would like to release. It might be what you would deem to be a bad behavior, but maybe some behaviors aren't bad in themselves. L-E-K, lots of love. Maybe some behaviors aren't bad in themselves. Maybe it's how you look at them. But we want you to lift to the forefront of your awareness something in your life that you would like to change or that you would like to release. Maybe it's a poverty consciousness. Maybe it's whatever it might be. And we're going to work on releasing that as much as we can. Sierras and sunsets in gratitude. Thank you, Sierras and sunsets. Thank you, thank you. So we're going to work on releasing these things, right? So if you're open, these healing sessions, it's not going to be that long today, but these healing sessions are very unusual if you haven't been a part of it before. Lots of unusual sounds. There's drumming. There's other things going on. And just sit with an open mind and an open heart. And be ready to release whatever needs to be released out of your system, out of yourself. Take a few deep breaths to start. That's how I'd like you to start. Feel your body. Relax your shoulders. And with each breath, come a little deeper into your body. Come deeper into your sacral chakra, which is around the belly button. Relax and release around the root chakra. Envision yourself growing roots into Earth Mother. Now, hold up this thought pattern or feeling or bad habit or bad feelings you have. Hold them up like a package. Offer them to Father Son. As you are connected to Earth Mother, offer them up to the light. Hold them up, and you can even feel these energetic cords that are into your system, that are tied into your system. Hold it up to the light and watch it getting full of light. Hi, hi. Oh yo 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 yo. Yo 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 yo. Keep holding that package spiritually. Hold it up into the light and watch yourself getting full of light as you do. Nai ugo daya de wahi do you daya de wahi do you daya daya dayo yo yo daya dayo yo go daya dayo yo go daya do yo 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 yo. Ayo. yo. Hi hi. 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 Hey, oi, 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 oi. Hey, oi, 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 oi. Ai. Taia. Taio, oio, taio, oio, taio. Ai, oi, 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 ai. Ai. Eo hoio. Eo hoio, yo, 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 yo. Hi. Oh, hi. So much joy coming up in you. So much joy. Yes, love. Yes. Tayo. Oh, tayo. Oh, hey. Oyo. Tayo, tayo, tayo. Ho, tayo. Yo, 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 yo. Oy, 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 oy. Oh, welcome back into the room, everyone. Welcome back, everybody. Take a few deep breaths. Anchor into your own body. The releases you just had. Use your breath to expand, create space in your body. So we keep feeding ourselves love. We keep feeding ourselves energy of loving nature, of light. This gives us the power to see through our own mind. We are so grateful that just you are here. We're so grateful for the growing tribe online. We are so grateful that we get to sit and share this energy with you in the quantum field. In the ether. In the ether. It got all dark, didn't it? Yes. Thank you, Serpent Visionary Oracle. I'm so grateful you're here. Johnny Neal, so grateful you're here. Glenn Diller, so grateful. Ellie K, so grateful. Sierra Sunsets, and everyone else who are on here. Thank you for coming on board. I wish you a lovely, beautiful, amazing week, full of power, full of love, full of centered awareness. Tayo. We're going to say namaste. We're going to say aho. Thank you, LEK. Nice. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, everyone. So much love. Bye, everybody.